Do I sound any better?
No, no, very good.
Okay.
Here,
Must be
you
the
have...
seawater.
Yes, I believe it's the seawater in your throat. There you are. You, very much deserve this bag. Take these. Do you need any food?
I have plenty of food. I did some pig hunting here today.
Very good, very good.
Oh no. No. The heck? That was a weird crash. Crap. If I get back in, will I drop down the boat? Dang it. What's going on? Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened there. This will be the third time that OBS has decided to do something strange. I don't know if that was OBS related or game related, but looks like we're getting back in now. Whew, that was a cool jump. That was really fun. I like that. These trials are cool. I like them. I'm gonna finish them all slowly but surely. When I need a break from the crossing, I'll come over here and look for the shaman. And for Ko, the shaman is important because there's nothing in the crossing that closely even comes close to resembling his beliefs, but a shaman does. Even if their gods' names are different or whatever, he can relate to it. Okay, let's hope that I don't get thrown into the water. Oh, okay, alright, I'm here, I'm alive, okay. I woke up, I thought I was in the water. Can you hear me, shaman? Dopey like that. Alright, no facial expression. Bitchy. Differences are very subtle. Concentration. I changed his facial. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I changed his facial expressions a few times when he was talking.
Shaman is deep in concentration focus. He's having a vision.
Oh yes, sorry about that. I was just thinking about something intensely for a minute while you were resting.
I thought maybe you were having a vision, maybe.
Yes, I actually was having a vision. I was having a vision about drinking whiskey.
What?
Yes,
Wait,
right.
you like whiskey more than the rum?
Well, I mean, I love everything, to tell you the truth. I love warm and rum very much. Have you ever tried the clarificado, the clear stuff? The very clear rum?
No, I have not tried this before.
Oh, it's very delicious. It depends. You can have very good quality rum, and sometimes you can have shitty rum, like bootlicker rum. That's not good. But the good rum, that is good stuff. It's delicious.
Rum that I've had here has been very good. It's very different than like the moonshine or the whiskey where it hits hard and fast.
Oh,
Tastes
it is.
like the water. It just you slowly, just slowly start to feel better.
Yes. You know, that is the thing about these things. It is medicinal. It's medicine. That is what it is intended to be. Unlike many things, mankind destroys these. It takes these things that the gods have created for us to enjoy. And in our greed and avarice, we turn these things into tools. We don't even take to enjoy these little things,
Yes. Yep. I'll get wrapped up
including.
in our own worlds and filling our own pockets. I mean, if I leave soon, I just want you to know that I'll be back and I'll look you up each time I come back. That
Very
I
good.
have greatly appreciated our talks and time together. It has helped me more than you can imagine.
That is very good to hear. You deserve this time of rest. It's very important to me as well. You've become quite a friend. And I very much look forward to seeing whatever the future has in store for you. And when you return, I too shall be stronger. And I will wait for you.
Forget if you are in need of assistance in whatever fashion. Please let me know. I
I
know it's
will.
not easy to get communication to the crossing.
I will find a way.
Might have two of our crew coming here almost every weekend, at least.
That would be very good. If this is the case, then, that would be very good. Just remember that you will always have a friend in me for as long as possible. Until the world tears apart. But even then, perhaps our souls shall rest eternal.
That's good.
So, should we start walking our way back?
Yes,
Or do
I
you think you have
I
time?
I need to go find Freddy and see if Kai has returned or not.
Let us go. Barber
Freddy.
has much to adjust.
Yeah, Freddy can be an impatient man. I'm sure you've noticed.
Of course, yes, he's fine. I would say this though. I like his spirit a lot.
Yeah.
And who knows? I would very much like to include him in on whatever else is coming down the line because there are some trials that are very interesting. The trials that have been left behind. The trial of the panther and the wolf, I believe, shall be some of his personal favorites.
I don't know if he will like this trail of the macaw. You know,
Is
he's
he friendly with water?
yeah, he's a city boy. You know, he grew up in the London country. It's called the England, and
Yes.
he's so used to the city life. It's his natural habitat. So when he first arrived here to Guarma, he was scared of everything. He kept saying there were people in the bushes, they were shooting at him, and, he would not dare walk alone at night. But now look at him. He's enjoying it. He wants to go back, yes, but he has enjoyed it. Slowly.
That is
he's,
good. Yes, that is very good. And in fact, if you were to spread word about these trials to all of your friends, those that are with you, I would love to include them in with this because it is just something fun to do on the island as well. It
yes.
is enlightening, it is part of the history, it is a little bit like a tour of death, shall we say.
Yeah, it's the one hard thing that we had a problem with this week is getting a time when we were all around at the same time. Yuri was off picking flowers in the jungle, and Kai went back to the crossing. Reddy is fighting with the pigs.
Yes, they can be very dangerous.
Yeah,
Those
oh my
demon
god,
boars.
one almost killed me last night over by the gambling place.
Yes, you must be careful about these things. They are cannibalistic. They will eat not only their own kind, but they have a taste for human flesh.
This one, it knocked me down twice. It ran at me, knocked me down. Before I could get up, it hit me again.
I may yours.
And
I
I
think
very
my
nearly passed out.
Yes, I think one of the things that is very dangerous and to remember, I guess, is when you're carrying a box from the mine and you're walking through the jungle, all of a sudden you'll hear them, they run at you, and then they knock you over and they knock you flat on your ass, and you get up to get your gun or whatever, and you point at them, and they're gone. They just disappear. Eating runs.
Diablo pig. You told me
Yes.
last time that these pigs that attack you have the demon inside.
Yes, they are known as demon boars. I believe that it is very possible. The reason as to why this is called is because there are many dead bodies on this land, and is a surplus of pigs, and these feral pigs crossbred with the wild ones to create a very violent species, and this violent species has a tendency to dig up these dead bodies and to consume them because it is meat just lying about, right? And then they get a taste for human flesh. Yes. This meat is tainted, so I would be very careful not to eat it.
Yep, since you told me, I've not eaten one bite of any of them.
I mean, the boars are okay, but if he charges you, that is what I was recommending.
Yeah.
Just let it be. Oh, mira, it's a crab. Un congrejo. It's a little crab.
The first time that I came here, I collected a lot of crab. And I set to work trying to make a stew or a chowder or something.
Oh man, I wish, but the ones are too small around here. They don't have enough meat.
Yeah. I've boiled them and eaten what I could, but you'd have to eat a hell of a lot to get full. It's too bad.
Yes, perhaps one day we shall find a way to cook the coconut crabs. They have a lot more meat on them. Also, those rubber crabs.
But there was turtles here.
There is turtles here. Tortugas is what we call them.
Are they up north or?
They are everywhere. They're actually on the south end of the beach.
Really?
Right over here, yes. When we're walking, they can appear sometimes in the shoreline, and it's very difficult to spot them because they're in the ocean. But if you're very careful and you just watch the water, you could see them swimming about. I've even seen them crawl up onto the land before.
Turtles, the big turtles, down by Sandali. That is good eating. Good for yang.
Ooh, sounds interesting. What does it taste like?
Little cross between fish and pork. Like it tastes more like fish, but it feels more like pork in your mouth.
That's very interesting sounding.
Of course, I like to put a lot of spicy in it. A lot of spicy.
Oh, of
peppers
course, though. Of course. Why would you
Yes.
not?
That's my favorite way.
I just imagine the Chinese dishes that you put into it with, all of these. I would love these. I love
Someday
spicy
I'll bring
food.
you some. I'll bring you some iron turtle soup. Now, that's
Oh, that would
really
be
good for
lovely.
you.
Oh yes, I would love this. I mean, we can have a barbecue, and we could share many things. I would even love for you to bring tea to this island.
Oh,
I
that's
will pay
right.
you for it.
Okay.
Yes, the tea that which I was speaking of. Perhaps pu'er would be very good to transport, or I would
Yes.
love oolong tea or jasmine, but I
Okay.
realize jasmine is quite rare. But these are things that I would love to have for myself to be able to give out to the people. If you were to bring a crate of these, this would be very good.
I will do this. I will do this. Hopefully, next time I come, if I'm not coming over here in a hurry, I will prepare some of these for you. Might take a little while. The pu'er tea, from what I know, there is none in the crossing. There is oolong tea. Yes, we have a little bit of these. And jasmine tea, well, we had in abundance. Oh, that is a, what is that, a boa? No.
1 minute. Let's see. That is a ball, yes. It can be difficult. Think about it this way. The further lens has triangles along its body. It is black and white. Anything with her is probably a boa. I'm gonna thread the needle in this wrong because I can.
Yeah, lose a little weight, well.
Oh, perhaps, yes. It'll cut off his eyes.
Yeah, too bad. I was looking forward to getting fat.
Perhaps. If you walk so many times on this island, you're going to get very skinny very quick. Primary mode of travel in Burma is to walk everywhere or run, which is even worse. To run right up a mountain. But I tell you what, this place has a way of making you stronger physically, mentally, emotionally.
I agree. Very much so. I don't think I could have recuperated, even though it's been a few weeks. I don't think I could have recuperated this quickly in the crossing.
Probably not. You probably would be sitting down a lot more, to tell you the truth.
That's true. Very true.
At least here you get the sun when you sit down. And you get the smell of the water, the ocean, La Oceana. So beautiful.
It's,
I've been
miss
very
it.
grateful. I will say this. I've been very grateful, Cole, for your friendship these last 2 days. It has given me something very much to think about, and I very much look forward to the future. I am always trying to remind myself of the good that, come of parting for now.
You honor me, thank you. And I am the same way.
You
I
honor
don't-
me with your presence.
I honestly don't really want to be, but I fear my crew is getting a little bit anxious.
Yes, you must be a leader first. And then you can drag them by the hair back to Guarma.
There you go. That's it.
And then I'm just kidding.
Oh, I will.
I'm-
Don't worry about that.
Oh,
They'll be
yes.
back.
Drag them by the hair, and we shall do the trials together, and we shall have fun. And then they'll go, okay, fine, I like Guarma. See, that is the thing. That is what I said earlier today is I strive to be the man that I want to see in Guarma. That is what I believe that this means. That and commerce, trade, people to spread the good word through word of mouth about this place. Also, Ko, do you know a man potentially by the name of William Hathaway?
Yes, I know him very well, actually.
Alright then. I have been trying to get into contact with him. I plan on going back to the mainland, but he apparently was the best friend of Lockjaw Jean,
Yeah.
and I would like to give him the first opportunity to engage in the fights. I would like for him to potentially start a fighting ring on the island.
I will give him
This
this
is-
message.
If you can, but I would actually prefer to say it in person, but I do not know what to say because that is where his friend died. And this is kind of a sore spot, I know, but my duty as shaman is I want to remedy the pain that people have faced in their lives. This is what I want to do, Ko. I want to give him the opportunity to heal. if he would take it, but
I,
perhaps I feel like I need to lure him with business.
I'll tell you, between you and the bee shaman, I trust you. He has intentions of justice for Lockjudging.
Yes. This is also something that I wish to put across. I am not a friend of Delilah's. And I imagine that there are many who are looking for her. She's intelligent, but so am I. She has violated our traditions, and it is as such that I am watching her every move. And now that I realize that Yin, through my own investigations, was a good man, this makes it all the more worthwhile to me to realize that there is something that must be done regarding this person. She is very quick to judge, and it is by this standard that she too shall be judged. Be careful. When you raise the hammer to judge someone else, it is by that very weight that you shall be measured as well.
Tell you that what I have learned from you and others, and a sense that I get here, especially in relation to the history of this place, I believe that you yourself might have your own trials soon. There's, if this Delilah is what you say she is, then I believe probably it will build up into something that, just say, be careful.
Yes, I am thinking about this. In addition to this, I am also worried regarding Edgar, because my hope is that I can make Edgar into an ally before she does.
He's already been sent to the crossing on assignment. That's what he told me.
What?
Yeah. An assignment to tell the law, to give them a message. I don't know what the message was.
Interessante. Thank you for telling me this. Hola.
Sky. Oh, see. Good to see you. Oh, look at this.
Look at the
Beautiful
two of
color.
you. You're matching,
Yeah.
carrying pigs on one end of your shoulders. Go take it. Go take it. Don't stand here and talk to us.
No,
Let it
stand
wait,
here. Stand here for an hour or so. Talk.
We stand here for an hour. This is Swedish style.
Oh, your head's back.
That's a good idea, actually.
Good exercise.
Good exercise, yes.
I guess what I want to say is I sense, just like in the crossing, all these rumors, whispers of war. Seems like something is brewing here too.
I think that was Freddy. Yes, there is something brewing here, and this is something that does concern me, because there is not enough of us for us to go to war with each other yet. That is what I believe. It sounds very simple, like, you should settle your grievances right now, but the way that I see it, it is not profitable to wage war. It is destructive, and it only affects us on the island, not anybody else. That may sound like we should only affect ourselves, but when you think about it, I don't know what they're thinking. I just think that it is people just being people,
And I'll tell you,
jockeying.
Irby is scared of Delilah.
Oh, yes, I can see this. And he's the ambassador.
Yep. Best of luck and everything. I'm going to go and we need to have a sit-down meeting. I hate meetings. But we have to talk some
Yes.
things through. So, again, Shaman, it has been a great pleasure. And, I will see you again soon.
Of course. I will say this. I'm going to go to the church, and I'm going to go to bed for a little while. If you wish to wake me, just let me know, okay?
And then Makan. To you.
Yeah, send him a car. Send him a car with a message. He will find me, and he will peck on my head and let me know to wake up.
Can
If
do.
you have a very quick meeting, we'll say.
Okay.
And if
Alright.
not, we let it be what it is.
And we will see each other soon. I'll get your
Oh,
message
yes.
to Hathaway as well.
Yes, I'm a little bit nervous, to tell the truth. I hope that he comes through, but
You want me to not tell him everything? Just say that the shaman wants a meeting with you. That's it.
perhaps. But when it comes to this, I do not know if he's going to be willing to come to Guarma. I'm probably going to have to go there, but I do not exactly have the money for this at the moment. Perhaps I do actually. Now that I think about it, I'm going to go take a look at the tickets.
I will tell him. Give it a few days. And, I don't know, unless it's his problem with Delilah that is stopping him from coming here. I don't see why he wouldn't. But if I learn anything very urgent, I'll send someone here to find you. Or I'll come myself.
You can say this. Send him a telegram. Tell him that I am no friend of Delilah's. If you wish to meet with him, tell him about what you have seen, what you have heard. And then, perhaps he shall come to see me, and we shall talk. If not, tell him that I will be in the crossing within the next few days, potentially. But it just depends on what happens first. If I go to the crossing, I have a tendency to deep in and deep back out and come back to Guarma again. Because to be honest, I carry a lot of money with me, and I'm worried about getting robbed. In addition to this, I have somebody to babysit. I have my disciple. She is quite what's the word? She can
Rambunctious.
be rambunctious. Yes, she can be very rambunctious. She's like a young child, so I kind of have to be a father and to take care of her. So it was very difficult sometimes, but I love her today. So there is this. So all right then. I
All
hope
right.
that is enough information.
Yes, it is. It is. I'll make sure he gets the message and hopefully he will come this way.
Good, good. If not, then I'm going to try to come there anyway to sell some things and to try to establish some business. I made a couple of contacts that I need to probably get back in touch with because people apparently only talk in telegrams and aren't willing to spend money on one ticket to get to Karma. My God.
Yeah, yep. It's yeah, it's too bad.
Or is it, you know, just think of it this way. It's like they say, "Oh, it's so much money. Why don't you pool your resources together? Somebody pitching $50 each. You spend that money on outfits anyway. Come to Gorma, one
Exactly.
person. Come
Exactly.
talk to me. My God, I made the others. I'm going to lose my mind. All right,
All right.
adios. You have a good meeting, okay?
再见, shaman. At the trial of the macaw.
I see.
Spain. I didn't think I would survive. But I did.
Well, I am about to go do a trial of my own to the roulette table.
Yeah. Okay, let's all go together then.
Oh, hold on. Before we do that, I need to have money. I need to go get some.
So, how are the two feeling?
Oh, much better. I do need my stitches out, though. I think I'm healed.
Okay.
Made about nearly $500 just hunting. Yeah. And yeah, running up and down the beach, up the mountains, shooting, hunting. No problems, no pain. Who's that? Oh, that's the trouble. Yeah, so, yeah, if you want to go to the roulette table, yeah, let's go. But we need to have a discussion too.
Sure. They see this in my hands. Go.
Ah, you got one.
It's Josie's.
It's Josie's. Holy wow, how did she get it?
It's not exactly hers. It was left with her. But it's a property of a deputy, a former deputy. I have no idea.
They say CSCT on it.
Yeah, SC.
Just like a normal one. Here it's safe. Nothing anyone can do to and get you in trouble over it.
That is true. Why is Freddy so quiet?
He's eating something out of his hands, I think.
Nuts. Found some today. Very nice.
You have any to share?
I've just finished them, I'm sorry.
I mean,
I'll tell you what I have been finding interesting today.
good.
There's a lot of rats by the village.
There's a lot of rats on the shore.
And that, yep.
At night, you can find them everywhere.
Ah.
Oh, you can have them.
No, it's okay. No, you keep it. Yeah, I saw a few earlier when I was hunting by the river.
I wonder if these leather strips can be used for anything other than, you know what.
You know, I knew about the leather strips long before anyone thought of making it into the blade.
Yeah. So that either means they may have another use or just, you know, took people a while to put two and two together. I'm not sure.
You know,
You would
whoever-
think the nice tough leather strip would be really useful for lots of things, but
You guys hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
There's a turtle.
Oh, where? Where is it?
Go up on that rock right there, and then look down to the left.
Uh-oh.
Oh god. Freddy just fall.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's okay.
Yeah. Is it right there?
Oh shit! Where'd it go?
I think it's right there in front of us.
Oh yep, it's right in
Yeah,
front
it's
of
right
us.
there.
Yep. Freddy,
Yep,
look.
I see
Go
it,
to the
I see it.
right. Go to the right. Oh, there's another
Oh, there's
one.
another one. There's
There's
two.
two. There's one right below us, Ho.
Yep, I saw that one.
There's one right in front of Freddy
Yep,
too.
it's turtles.
There are
Shaman.
two turtles.
There's two of
Mira,
them.
look at them. There are two of them.
Yeah.
Los tortugas. Chico, do exist.
Yep. Oh, what's Freddy doing?
He's swimming
Oh
with
my
it.
god. He's probably trying to hunt it.
You must throw them to the shore.
Oh, look at him.
He gave up. Ah, look at it swim. It's beautiful. Would be really good eating, but they're too beautiful. Dare say 100, 200 years old each.
I stroked it.
Did you?
Yeah, I gave him a little pat.
Very nice.
How
Beautiful
are you
creature.
feeling? Are you
There's one
feeling
right here,
tired
Freddy.
at all?
Maybe a little bit, not too bad. It was quite shallow there, I could stand
Would
up.
you like some whiskey?
Sure, why not?
There you go. Complimentary of the whiskey
green
in the
turtle.
village that we leave behind. There you are.
Thank you.
You can give some sloppy seconds. I love you. Adios.
Adios. Zaijian.
Oh,
Now I've seen the
yeah.
turtles. That's good. The only thing I haven't seen here is the panther.
Because I don't think he's there.
Okay. To the roulette table.
Yeah, not me. I'll watch. I went yesterday. I lost $70.
I don't want to talk about it.
How much did you lose?
I think from the time that I've been here, I think I've sank about $570 into the roulette table.
They love you at the
Yeah.
roulette table place then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've given up going back there. Fuck that place.
You're just bad.
Clearly, yeah.
Let's go see. Oh, there she is. Gun oil. I need a little bit of gun oil.
I've been holding quite well. I've done quite a lot of swimming.
Good, good.
And obviously recently quite a lot of carrying and running, so
Yeah. Should be able to take those out then. What about you, Ko? How are you doing?
Same. I'm ready for these babies to get out of my body.
Okay, how's your back feeling?
Oh, it's yeah, very good. It's scabbed over, and I think nice, fresh, pink baby skin.
Okay, good.
I did a good job then.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Why does Kai always look very dashing?
He does look very dapper today, doesn't he?
I've asked him that question, he hasn't answered. Did you come over to Guarma in a rush or something? Or you don't normally wear that kind of clothing here.
Oh, there's some money.
Something, and then run over. You know who Ba or Bone or Bug could be? Who did you say it was?
Who is this?
Looks like Buck.
Oh, Buck.
It looks like they're ready to leave.
Good, good. Where have you? I haven't seen you in ages.
Just staying over there. I don't even know the name of the place.
Staying
up.
where? Yeah, right.
You know, the same. People running around.
Chat.
Not really. Well, Hathaway inquired about the situation. Did not tell him much. He was afraid that you were angry at him.
No, well, I'm not. I'm not like dancing for joy to mention of his name, but I'm not angry either.
He thought you might be angry because the topic he brought up during the meeting.
To be,
He didn't know better.
yeah, to be fair on William, it was more on the people that didn't speak up than him to start that conversation.
Would be open to anyone who has a problem. Talk about it, right?
Yeah.
And then I also spoke with Copperhead.
Okay.
He was, seemed pretty hurt.
Yeah, he was. He had a long conversation with me, and then another conversation with all of us, Ko, Yuri, and I. Maybe we can talk about it as we walk over to the casino table as well. Mainly, I think he was hurt because of me. The fact I wasn't able to tell him anything at all before everything happened on Thursday. I think he felt a little bit of a sense of betrayal. But we had a long conversation, and I think it would be fair to say, Ko, would you say he was a lot more understanding once he had a little bit more context to what we were all going through back then?
Well, either that or he's putting up a really good facade. But I don't think he is. I think he was
He was very hurt to start with, but explained that things were very difficult. Time wasn't on our side. It was very hard for me to reach out to him. I had so much other worries on my head at the time. But I did admit to him that I made the easy choice by not telling him anything. That doesn't make it the right choice, but it was the easier one for me. Yeah.
Let's go.
Josie says my
So-
beard looks amazing, Ko. Regular mountain man now, right?
I mean, I like it. It's nice.
Mountain
Yeah,
of poop.
You're always so
Gonna be
mean to me,
totally
Kai.
honest, I would have introduced you guys, but I couldn't. I didn't know if it was Buck or if it was Bear. They sound almost the same, and I didn't want to feel like an idiot. It's the wrong person, so I just didn't introduce you.
He also seemed to be a little bit shady, like he was keeping his voice away from us. I don't know. Perhaps
Oh yeah,
he's
I don't know. He,
nervous.
I mean, either or.
Or he's smuggling.
Out. He's pretty cool. So.
Yeah, maybe he's smuggling, I bet.
Yeah, maybe he
I mean,
thought that we would
possibly,
care.
and if that's the case, I-
Yeah, none of us do. Speaking of which, I've got a crate of lemons I need to get out of this place.
Oh, no,
Some
no, no, no,
point.
no. Hold on. Wait, are you wanting to sell them?
Yeah. Not worth it.
Because I mean, they could be, but I mean, I still have almost a full kit that I don't really need.
I'm happy to take some of them off of you if you want.
Yes.
I'm going to try and
please,
find a
thank you.
buyer for them, so I'll just sell yours as well if I can and give you the profits for yours.
Yeah, of course. Also, cane syrup. I have a whole crate of cane syrup. I am gonna need some of that though to make my stuff.
I have 50 bottles of that as well that I'm planning on bringing, so yeah.
I can pick some up too.
Keep in mind, you're going to need to have a place to put them once you're over there.
Yeah. Have any of you got any ideas if who would want to buy them in bulk?
McMuffin.
Yeah, well, that ship may have sailed.
Yeah.
That's-
Gary would have before, but I don't think she's doing this business anymore.
That person would rather come smuggle himself than to pay for it.
So does anyone know lemons are used in cornbread, right?
You guys
Yeah.
walking slowly or what?
Josie's leg is hurt.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not know.
No, it's okay. I got attacked by a bear.
Oh, ready?
No,
Yeah.
it was a very angry bush of blackberries.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Ladies
And the
first,
bear was inside.
guy.
I know
yeah.
what you're trying to do.
Kai said
but
he was.
you know those do not work on me.
What do you mean?
Yeah, Kai said he was overlooking, like protecting the blackberry bush, and when we started to protect or started to get the blackberries, he like, came out at me all quick and stuff. He came from out of nowhere. Really, I didn't even really have time to react.
Oh no.
The grizzly
I think I
bears,
got
they are
one
so
shot
fast.
off. Okay. I think I got one shot off, and I missed it completely. So.
So you're doing all right too.
I still want to see what this thing does to a bear.
Oh, that doesn't stop it. Nothing.
I know the elephant gun can kill a bear, but it ruins the whole bear.
I would think it has a similar performance to the bolt action, but that is a guess.
Did you guys drink? Oh,
Any notes here?
These your crates, Josie.
Yeah, these are Josie's crates.
I found a pina colada.
There's also another one inside of the bar, on the other side of the counter as well.
Freddie!
I guess
You're
Freddy
great,
is
thank you.
going to live here.
No. It's just tidying up.
This one doesn't even have anything in it. This is great. Okay.
You like my present I left you in your mailbox?
Yes, thank you. I've already ate it.
I was surprised to see I was the only one to enter into your notebook there.
It's would be more, but the problem is like either the mailboxes keep disappearing or people keep taking them, and we keep having to put put like new books in there. So
Yeah, right, yeah.
yeah.
Did you fire it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's very good to us.
It's modern technology for you.
Mm-hmm. You can always hear the click, and then the rest of it's just really quiet. If y'all want it, you can have it. It does have it's
Honestly,
etched
This is Kai's wet
Property of
dream.
Saints
This one.
I think it's a bit too skinny. I don't like how small it is in the hand.
It's very thin.
Yeah. When you look at it compared to the one that's on Josie's back,
Yeah.
I think the bolt action looks nice.
But
No, guys, it's not the size that matters.
Keep telling yourself that.
I don't
it's
have to, I
interesting
know
that it's a flintlock.
Yeah, different to the bolt mechanic, right?
Yeah.
I overheard some of your conversations with the shaman.
Me?
Yeah, earlier when I sat down for a little while. In Oko, they reek of desperation. Every time you ask them about a job, their
They
only
never give-
answer is to
yeah.
bring people back, help them rebuild. And I get it. Believe me, I have. Even though I've tried not to, fallen slightly in love with this place. I do like the island and its people. But they trying to use you a little bit, Co.
Oh, all I'm
Need to
asking
be
for
careful
is
with
a
that.
specific job. Give me money to do a job.
But they will not, Co.
Nope, they're not doing it.
He's
so
not gonna pay you to bring people over to live here. I
don't
just
plan
felt a
on
little
doing
bit
that
like
either.
just felt a little bit like I was wasting time talking to him over and over about the same thing. I respect him and can see the benefits of the trials, and perhaps one day I'll complete a few of my own, but I don't want to waste my time speaking about the same thing over and over again, whether it be Herbie or him.
Have you seen
Bring
her?
me... Yeah, we spoke with him.
In order to get us back, they need to say, look, I want $5,000 in gems, or I want to have this person's head on a plate.
Yeah.
A specific task. All right, that will bring me back over. You pay me this much now, I'll come back for the rest later when I'm done. But
Well,
to-
once I win at the roulette table, we can sit down and play a friendly game of poker and talk about things.
if you don't win at the roulette,
Then I have no money to play.
How much are you going to bet on this roulette spin?
Everything in my pocket.
Which is...
$55.
No. I have a question for you. You seem to be a lot luckier than me when it comes to this spinning wheel. You know the table keeps track of previous rolls on a notebook, yeah?
Yeah.
When you have a look at that and you're looking at the sort of rolls that have been happening over the last hour, the last roll,
It's
do you
at the
generally
bottom.
yeah. Do you generally go with the same color or the opposite color?
Opposite color.
I thought that too, and that's been the method that I've been doing, and I've been losing every time. It seems to me, I've been studying the books over the last few days. It's more rare that an opposite color comes up than the same color. If you look back at the track record of the spins,
It's different.
it often
It
is.
changes.
Yeah.
But
can tell you
most of the
today.
time, I am just going by feeling. I
I
watch
mean,
the
also
roll.
too, also too, if it's like 3 blacks or 3 reds in a row, or 4 blacks or 4 reds in a row, then you usually want to go with
That's
the
so
next
weird.
color.
You know, Josie, I bet
That is like
$200
magic.
with Yuri yesterday because there was
Yeah.
4 blacks in a row, and then
Oh,
the 5th one
no.
came up. Yeah.
Shut up!
And when
Yeah,
I lost
yeah.
$400 on my own one day, that was the same thing. There was like 7 or 8 blacks in a row.
No way!
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Alright, let's try.
personally, I seem to think that, generally speaking, whatever the last roll is, it's probably going to be that one.
Oh, I am going all in black.
Me too.
No, I've lost too much already.
Let us see how lucky.
ding dong.
In 7
Mm.
seconds. Here we go.
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna be sick.
How much did you bet, Josie?
50.
Oh my god, it was.
What?
Double
Zeros.
0. Jesus.
Oh, there goes all my money.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
we just sit here at this table then. No gambling.
I've been there several times.
Yeah, this works.
All right, so let's start with this. Copperhead came to see me, Josie. Came out here and yeah, Copperhead
Okay.
came out to speak to me and Co. He was very hurt and somewhat felt a little bit like he was not dishonored. What's the word I'm looking for? I've forgotten, but anyway, he was disrespected, betrayed, that's it. Mostly because I think of my close bond with him. We were, I suppose, I don't know, very good friends. And I told him nothing of any of the plans before Thursday. He was very, very angry and hurt to start off with the conversation, but it seemed that throughout, towards the end of the conversation at least, he seemed to understand a little bit more. Not sure whether he fully forgave me, but he certainly understood, calmed down a bit when I told him how much stress and worry I had on my shoulders, how much little time I had. He understands everything now. He understands a lot. Why we did what we did. Why Co felt he needed to leave. Seemed to be in better spirits, but he did go away pretty much saying to us that he would be going through with joining up with the inner circle of the Taipan. Which is interesting because he also mentioned that he would never raise a gun to any of us. And that if he disagreed with something that Mr. Wei told him to do, he would not do it. Personally, I think that's not a very good fit for the inner circle of Taipan, but only time will tell how he gets on.
Was like looking into a mirror. He's going to go the route that I took.
So he's eventually going to end up in the same seat you're sitting in right now.
I believe so. It might be a while. It might be a long time. But
But it's going to happen.
I don't know about that. There's a lot of mites, Josie. In theory, there's the same chance that could happen as him perhaps being able to convince Mr. Wei that certain things aren't the right way and that Copperhead may be able to change Mr. Wei's opinions on things. Or, I don't know. I don't really know. It's going to be an interesting one. For whatever reason, he seems to think that it's the right choice to stay with Taipan and get in even deeper than he is already. But he has said that he would never raise a gun to us and that he is a man of strong opinions and will only do things if he thinks they're right. I don't know. Taipan could also change him over time, break him down, and he could end up being just as much of a yes person as the rest of them. Who knows?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was an interesting visit. I think at the very least he seems to have not been too upset with me or us as much as he was perhaps when he had conversations with you, Kai.
He was more hurt than upset.
Yeah.
He was,
Yeah.
well, I gave him a bit of comfort by listening to him and talking to him. Yeah, at first he seemed to have only been looking at it through the perspective of Taipan. So I let him in this talk, and directed him to think for himself.
Yeah, he did say. He spoke about you a little bit when he came to visit us. Why I knew you had spoken to him. Said that he had a conversation with you and that you made him take a step back and think a little bit wider of the bigger picture. I would like to think he was a little less hurt now that he understands everything from me and Co's side of things, but regardless, he's not looking to break away from Mr. Way anytime soon. Yuri and Co and I have agreed that Yuri will act a little bit like his handler. She has a strong bond with Copperhead like I did and do, but they seem to be able to talk very well together. So Yuri will stay on good terms with Copperhead, have conversations from time to time. If anything, it might help us just to have that connection within Taipan.
Well, I had told him that whatever the case, I do not believe I'm going to treat him any differently.
I don't think any of us are, but I did warn him to be careful of his actions, and I did give him a slight ultimatum, not to try and scare him or upset him, but I did say that if he were to continue down the path he is, our friendship may never be able to be the same again as it once was, which is only truth. There may come a time where things are difficult for him. At some point, I would assume there will come a time where Mr. Way will not enjoy Copperhead's open free speech with us on a regular basis. So he'll have to choose to either not tell Mr. Way how much he speaks to us still, or distance himself perhaps from us, if that is what Mr. Way asks him to do. Oh, we don't know. Only time will tell.
Yeah, certain things we just have to wait and see.
Oh, these 10 days or so that I've been here, that we've been here, not only have I and Freddy, I think, recuperated. I don't have any more pains except for the scar on my face. Sometimes it's a strange sensation. I don't know. It's not pain. There's nothing wrong with it. It just feels strange.
Talking about
But-
the grays?
The what?
The grays on your face?
No, the scar. The grays. Yes. I'm sorry. The grays, yes.
Okay.
It has developed into a little bit more of a thicker scar, though, as you can see.
Okay.
If I wasn't ugly enough already, well, here we go.
Okay, stop it.
I want to ask you two before we say anything. What do you picture our relationship and our organization, if you will, in the future? What do you see in the future when you think about it?
Or I suppose another question might be, now that things have settled down slightly and we've been here so long, do you see your futures intertwined with ours as much as they have been 10 days ago?
I would definitely say yes to it. I can't picture. I mean, right now, I can't picture going back to the crossing and going days without seeing you guys. I can definitely see us. I mean, I feel a bond with you guys now, and I don't want that to go to the wayside at all. So, yeah.
And
And I know
that
Kai feels the same.
are you aware that perhaps in somewhat whatever retaliation may or may not come from Taipan may at some point lead them to you, purely down to your very light connection and involvement.
Yeah.
I think I speak on Cove's behalf, but I can assure you and promise you here at this table today that if we ever get wind that anything is to happen to you through Mr. Wei or Taipan because of what you did to help us and Co, we'll do everything in our power to help protect the both of you. Not that Kai needs protecting, but you know what I mean. We haven't forgotten what you did for us and what you sacrificed for us.
Thank you. It means a lot. I would do it again. 10 times over if I had to. So.
Good shit. And, Kai, how do you... We've already had a brief talk about this a few days ago before you leave, but how do you see yourself?
Are we not ready?
Yeah, no, I understand. I know what you want to say, but what I'm getting at here is I want to lay a few things out, ideas, and see how much of it you want to be involved in. There are many opportunities and many. Let me put it this way.
Before you go, Co, let me just say that it's clear, as we all sit around this table, that we are all very close friends, and I would say that that would never change. But there are friends, and there are people that want to do business with us, make money with us, and we've been speaking about what we might do when we get back. I'll let Co perhaps fill you in on some of the details.
A few things have come. I've realized a few things in my time here. I came here seeking healing and also enlightenment. What is the way forward? I believe now that soon, maybe a month or two, I'll receive a letter from China. This letter will most likely banish me, excommunicate me from all societies I have been involved with in the past. Leave me alone. Just go. I don't know if this will happen, but I'm pretty sure it will.
When did you come to realize this?
Last night. I've been going back and forth on this. And trying to wrap my head around all of the fucking laws and the bylaws and the... I've never been one to pay much attention to these in the past.
Are you concerned that Mr. Wei might tarnish your name?
I'm sure he already has. He's already sent a letter, perhaps back to China, informing superiors of my activities, and yours, and Kai's, and Josie, and Yuri, you know. Now, I look at this as the ultimate freedom. And that is why I did what I did. This leaves us free to form ourselves in whatever way, shape, or form we want. I told Freddy this story yesterday, but I think it's fitting. I once had a dog. The name was Susu. A good dog, but nothing special. And Yeah, the other soldiers in the camp, they took this dog in, they put a collar on it, a leash, they chained it up in the daytime. It got grouchy. It grew unpleasant. One day it got off its leash, though, and it came straight to me. I was sitting by a fire, I don't know what I was doing. It came right up to me, and it laid its head in my lap. And, of course, you can't help but to pet it. And that night it followed me to my tent. The next day it followed me around the camp. Not long after this it was following me everywhere, and I never once put a leash on it. Never once I took the collar off. But I washed it and I took care of it, and it became like a friend to me. For a few years. The way that I have been raised for such a long time was the way that the soldiers treated this dog. Put a leash on it. When I want you to do something, I snap the leash and you go do it. That is the way Taipan is. That is the way that most organizations like theirs is. I do not wish to have an organization like this. I do not wish to start anything with these old laws, these old traditions. What I know now about freedom is that loyalty and friendship is freely given, reciprocated. And to constrain ourselves by oaths or vows is, well, it does not breed true friendship or true loyalty. I want to create an organization that is free to join if everyone, of course, agrees. It's free to leave. There is no punishment like I had to go through to leave. And to make an organization that puts this as its utmost tenet. Freedom. At the same time, though, there will be, of course, depending on what we do, there will be times we need to be often, most likely, together doing the business that we plan to do, which is ready. This is our idea right now. I need to drink a little more of this medicine.
Okay, sure. We had a discussion, Yoriko and I, a few days back now, maybe 3 days or so. And we spoke of what it is we wanted to do when we got back to the crossing, but also what it is we are all good at. What skills we gained whilst working at Taipan, where we made the most kind of money, and also what kind of work we enjoyed the most. There is a phrase that Taipan uses. The translation is protecting the common people. It's of my personal opinion that perhaps it's been somewhat diluted, and of course you can't protect everyone, and protection doesn't come for free. But I thought about that phrase a little more. There's a lot of people in the crossing that have a lot of problems. They have a lot of things happening to them. There's a lot of things that need to be solved. So I proposed this idea that perhaps we created an organization that would be fixers of some kind. Fixers of these problems. Of course, our services wouldn't come free. We're all very skilled in finding information, finding people, products. Those kind of services wouldn't come for free. But imagine there was an organization that you could come to for anything from, perhaps you're setting up an event and you need an item imported from an exotic location, then we could perhaps arrange that with our contacts at the docks. Maybe it's that a loved one has gone missing and you need information as to where they went. Maybe it's that your rifle was stolen by a gang and you need that back. Or maybe it's that you're being threatened by a gang and you need them to be spoken to, or perhaps beaten up or hurt to send a message. Similar kind of work, we realized perhaps people like Redwater Company, but more diverse in our solutions. Both Co and I have fairly extensive contacts. We built those across our time with Taipan. And we feel as if perhaps we could use those contacts to help solve people's problems. Sometimes that might be words that we do. Sometimes it might be actions. But we're hoping to get our name out there so that people can start coming to us and we can start to help them for a fee.
That right there, that is the key. Getting our name out there. It's not going to be quick. I will not be returning to Santony right now. It's exile or banishment, if you will. In my mind's eye, what I envision, that in order to get these contacts, we can't stay in Santony. We're going to meet up with the DiCenzos and the Taipan people, or the Santony, no. We need to go to the snows and stay there for a while. Get to know the people there. Don't talk business, just get to know them. Then maybe we go to the sands, the desert. And we talk to them, and we get to know them, and hopefully they won't kill us, because they don't like me. Then maybe we go to Valentine or Blackwater or I don't know, it doesn't matter. But we start at grassroots. We don't think about what we've done in the past. We have those skills. What we need is new contacts. We need to put our faces to a new name and develop this way. Staying in one place, doing business over counter, well, I'm not made for that kind of work, and also, I don't believe any of us are really. Freddy, you're really good at it, but...
Yeah. Yuri said to me the other day when it was just the two of us that she missed me standing behind a counter working with guns. I enjoy that aspect a little bit perhaps, but feel like there's nothing that I couldn't do in some room that we called our meeting room for a few hours that I couldn't do at the gun store back then.
Maybe when you're old and fat, you can have it back.
Maybe.
I
The
don't
gun
think...
store is not a priority for me. It's
Yeah, no.
I want to live free with Yuri and Co and whoever else wants to be a part of this. And I spoke a little about you. Remember that time that I returned the gun to Mr. Hathaway's friend? Kai, I think, were you there with us that day?
Partially.
We spoke to Edgar, if you remember. I think you might have been there for that. We ended up purchasing a lot of guns. One of those guns was a Navy that I asked them about, if you remember, because...
Yeah, I remember that. I meant
Yeah.
when you spoke with Hathaway and stuff, being roads, I left, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well, I ended up selling that gun back to Hathaway for $600. I think we paid $200 for it. I felt a little bit bad, I suppose, that I made such a profit on him, but I did enjoy that feeling. Not only did we turn a hefty profit, but we also returned an item that was dear to somebody back. I'd like to be able to do that on a regular basis, with lots of variety of things.
You know, I've actually thought about that. You called it something like lost and found.
Interesting.
we are who we are. I am who I am. I'm not a nice guy. If needs be, if blood is required, we won't hesitate.
The point of us being these fixers that can do things that other people can't do themselves is that we will go to any means to get jobs done. Sometimes that is a conversation with our networks. Sometimes it's whatever it might be, but our plan is that we will be the people trusted, we hope at least, to get whatever job done, however difficult, by whatever means.
Few other things that I think hopefully we can all agree on. One is, of course, we do not speak to the law. My personal philosophy on this differs very different from Taipan. They use the law as a tool. I don't agree with this. What I have done in the past, and I have spent a lot of time in Sisika, is when my job is done, if they are looking for me, then I turn myself in. And I tell them what my role is in whatever situation it is. And usually they end up taking some time off, a little less fine or whatever. Okay, away I go. Not so bad. But in order to, not only do we need to get word out of this new enterprise, but we need also to let the people, the bandits scum, and everyone, to know that we can be trusted. We do not speak to the law. On that point, I can't be more clear. This is an issue that has gotten Taipan into hot water before, and it will in the future again. So, I don't want to go to war with the law either. Of course, if, we get excited, we rob a bank or something, need the funds. The law, we have a shootout, that's one thing. But to actually go to war with them is a losing battle every time. We lost. Learned our lesson. The interest, of course, come first. So, we start a company. Why do we start an organization? Like to put a small crew together after we return. Hit a couple of banks. We need the capital. I don't know how you two stand on that.
I probably won't do that. I'm not gonna say never because, well, I don't know what the future holds, but I don't feel comfortable with that.
If we're gonna start something,
right now.
if we're gonna start something, we need the capital. And I'm pretty okay with taking from the rich townsfolk that deposit so much of their fucking money. Even if it's just enough. One bank, maybe two. Just to get our feet on the ground. Solid foundation to stand upon that we can invest that money back into this new idea of ours.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand, I guess, why. I just, I don't know if I feel comfortable myself. Plus, honestly, I've never done it before. I don't know how to do any of that. So I probably wouldn't be good for the job anyways. But I don't feel comfortable with that. Yeah, it's probably...
It's fine. It's fine. I wanted to bring this up just to see where you guys stand.
I'm definitely okay with you guys doing it. I just don't feel comfortable myself.
In this case, let's say we hit Valentine.
Mm-hmm.
I will be the one opening up the safes and everything. I'll leave my fingerprints everywhere. So I will take the fall. So if we move quickly, they won't know who is with our organization. And if you're masked up properly, they won't be able to find you. Not you, Josie. I'm just talking about anyone who is involved in it. But I'll take the fall. We'll get away. I'll give everything over to you guys. They'll probably catch me at some point. And yeah, you will be safe.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind if I ever want to give it some more thought, for sure.
As for myself,
Now,
I personally do not like robbing anything, people, banks. Minnie has asked me, but I remember Bishop, a friend of Gideon and myself.
Yes.
And he has been trying to get me to join them in doing these things for a while now. I've always turned him down.
Okay, no problem.
We
There are
could use your
other
strong
evidence.
mind, Kai, and your strong hand. But I do respect your decision if it's not something you wanted to pursue, but we would be honored for your help if you felt like you could do us a favor.
There is it's such an endeavor. If let me just ask you this, Kai. At the beginning of a bank job, let's say it's 3 people inside the bank, maybe 4, and we have a 5th in the town. But the 5th one, after the door is open, you'll hear the 5th person goes to procure a boat, a carriage, or whatever it is somewhere, where a pre-arranged place to help us with the getaway. I don't know if that would you be okay with that, or you don't want to be involved at all?
That would still be involved, would it not?
Yes, it would be. Yep.
And if the law were to catch you, you would be involved in assisting us, of course, yeah.
Yep, that's aiding and abetting.
Yeah, you would go to Sisika if you were caught.
Well, I believe with every group, it is always good to have people with a clean record. Whether it is to be the front, to bring things into Sisika if we need to. I believe you need to be clean to be able to visit in Sisika.
Or to take ads out in newspaper too.
And planning. I would not mind putting my head in and helping with plans as far as the planning phase goes. But I do not like to be directly involved.
All we needed to know, that's fine.
I have a question. There's this business that we're speaking of. This goes for the both of you. We hope it will be varied and very situational depending on the people that come to us for our help. So tell me this. If we have a business owner come to us one day who tells us that a gang or group of people have smashed up their saloon, caused perhaps $1,000 worth of damage, and they want to contract us to go and steal and rob $1,000 worth of whatever it is we can get our hands on to give to them as payment for the destruction they've caused on their saloon. Would you be willing to help us complete that contract?
Well, given that this is hypothetical, and let's just assume the client is 100% honest and we did our homework. Yeah, I do not mind that. I've rarely done something like this.
Okay, I just need to know where the line is, that's all.
I mean, my thing is oof. My thing is, I don't really, like I said, I don't like robbing people. But at the same time, I'm not going into this thinking that I'm not ever going to be arrested for anything. You know, they say guilty by association. So at this point, I'm walking into this thinking that there may come a point down the road where I'm going to get in trouble for something. So I'm not going into this blind. I and like I said, there may come a time where I change my mind and I start doing things that I've never done before. I want to be there to rally around you guys, though. You know, to be your hype man, as they say.
You know, the law,
Uh,
they see things in black and white. If we go down that scenario, of course, they're going to see us just robbing a group of $1,000 worth of guns and money or whatever. They won't see
exactly.
the fact
I
that we're doing it for a client.
For good, yeah.
I need to go relieve myself for a bit.
All right.
I'll be right back.
And the same would go, Josie, if, and again, I'm speaking about what ifs here, but for example, maybe a family approaches us, a daughter or a wife has been beaten up by some ruffians from the West. If they contract us to go and cause pain and harm to those people as punishment, the law will see it that we've gone and we've hurt people. They won't see that it's justice and a retaliation for what they did to other people. These are the kind of things that we will need to understand and consider every time we pick up a piece of work for somebody.
Yeah.
But I would say that this business of
Oh, no.
ours that Co and I have been dreaming, it's very varied, and it will take lots of different types of help, experience, a lot of minds and a lot of hands to help us to do things. And if you have your limits, which it sounds like you would, same as Kai, that wouldn't make you useless. There would be lots that we would ask for your help in, if you'd be willing. Lots you could do within the organization, I think.
Yeah. Of course, I mean, I definitely want to be a part of whatever you're doing. And like I said, there may come a time. What is he doing? Wow. Right in the middle of a conversation. Don't even know what to say right now.
Sorry about that.
Really, Freddy? Really?
There is always a method to my madness.
Uh-huh. So like I was saying, I do realize that like I said, there may come a time that I change my ways a little bit, become a little bit more comfortable with you guys and what you're doing and why you're doing it, and I may put my neck out there with you guys. But I definitely want to be a part of whatever it is you're doing.
Sorry.
The group itself, I definitely want to be a part of it.
How did my pistol get so dirty?
It's Guarma. It's called sea salt air.
God. That was crazy. I just cleaned it like an hour ago, it seems. And I thought I had like 100 dogs in my head. Just no. Okay. Yeah, okay, so time will tell, of course, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys were clear, or at least clearer, on what kind of organization we plan to set up.
And the other thing is that we would, if you wanted to be with us, you would be known as being a part of us. This business, whatever name we put to it, we're not hiding it. In fact, we need to do the opposite. We need to be talking to people and getting our name out there. And if you are to be part of it, I'd like to hope that you'd be happy to do the same. Say that you are attached to that group, that business. Be proud of it. Speak openly to people about it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the only people I probably wouldn't want to talk to it about would probably be, my friends that are just so happen to be law. But other than that, I don't have any problems with it.
That would be
Law will find
wise.
out enough, I'm sure.
And what about your time, Josie? I know you're a very, very strong businesswoman with 2 bars under your name. Do you feel as if you could start working on another business plan alongside your current?
Well, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that the bar here is probably not gonna go anywhere. Simply because there's nobody here at the moment. I'm not really gonna concentrate much on this one. I'm sure that I will continue to come back here and keep ties here with the Gorman people.
That also
But
would
as
be good
far
for
as-
us.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
I don't know, did I tell you? Herbie and Delilah both reached out and asked if we would become citizens. That they would
Delilah.
give us a place and it wouldn't require us to live here full time, but to make a presence and help bring people here. Oh, you're the third person now that I've mentioned this name. Apparently does not like.
Not a fan.
I had a very interesting talk with the shaman earlier today about her. She might be, I don't know about 9, but maybe a 3 or 4-tailed fox.
I don't know what kind of animal she is, but she's not any animal I want to come in contact with. So
It's not so much like animal, it's more like a demon, fox demon.
possibly.
They can change their skin. They survive by eating human hearts. They're very cunning, very clever, very crafty creatures. But anyway, shaman doesn't like her. Marley thinks that she is the blood god, and you don't like her. You know, the other night when I talked to her, she read my fortune, and it was at first I was very amazed by her ability. She basically told me the story of what happened over the last few weeks through the cards.
Oh.
Yeah, almost in a way. But before she read the fortune, she told me to talk to her about what I saw. I saw these cards. There was one with a funny little man with a sword, a page, I believe he was called. Then there was one of a king sitting on a throne on a river. Then there was one of a lady wearing red, which in China is a very good lucky color. But she was bound and blindfolded and walking through 8 swords. So, the page, basically, she told me that this was like feeling of being used, feeling disrespect, etc. Also about great trials too. And the lady, I saw this as like a sacrifice. She said, yes, it could be this, but I would have to go look through my notes to give you more details, but this all impressed me until earlier today when I realized what her trick was. She told me to tell her my impressions of the cards first, and then she read the fortune. So she could use this information to gather her own story or her own fortune. I
Right.
don't know
Hey,
how they-
speaking of ambrosia,
Wait, what?
No.
of Delilah.
oh,
Fortune the other night. Just telling them that I was impressed that night, but today I realized my error. She told me to give my impression of the cards first, and then she read the fortune. So she used the information I give her to. She read. Since there's going to be the combat between her and the shaman one day.
yeah, you think so?
Yeah, for sure.
Are we talking about
Might not be with knife or gun.
Talking about Delilah, the minister of bounties. She's not a minister, but she's the person that has the bar and the waterfall and was in charge of a lot of
Yeah.
bounty.
Bottom line, she's the reason that Jim was in the position he was in.
well,
Yes, it was.
You know, William Hathaway may want to kill her.
Yeah.
Not that
I
asked
had
not
one
to
to
say
give
so
you.
much. But he asked him to say for me to tell him he is no friend of Delilah, and he would very much like to speak to him. Here,
Yeah,
what
I gave him
he
a.
asked me.
Yeah, I gave him a letter from the shaman when we went back the other day. It didn't mention Delilah, but it did mention that he wanted to speak to him. So. He acted like he wanted to see him, so we'll see.
Like to face Hathaway. I hear that he's married. Told you, I don't.
I told him that he would not be so petty. And you hold no malice towards him. But he is starting to ask questions about Taipan and the situation.
Think outside of the people who know right now, it is in our best interest for now not to speak to anyone else about our feelings or what happened 2 weeks ago. It will do us no good to spread bad words about them. I think we focus on what we want to do, and that's it.
I agree, but I also think that we need to have an air of answering people's questions, Kerr. You cannot just come out of the wilderness after 10 days away, start speaking about this amazing new business that we've got. We have to give them some kind of answers to feel as if they can trust us again.
I think also word of this new venture. We can't explode their ears quickly with all the information. It's best to get to know new people in new places.
Let's get into more details about this business. You said
But
you said this business is going to function somewhat like how Redwater does business, but we're not going to have conflicting clients, are we?
I don't see it like Redwater. I would say majority of our business will be legal enterprises, including setting up trade here in Guarma, which which is something I wanted to talk to you two about.
Okay.
But I really don't want it to be another Redwater, though. Redwater won't like that either.
Okay.
I
So,
don't see it as being like Redwater. I see it as functioning similar, but with a lot more diverse offerings. I see Redwater a little bit as a final straw for people. If people have an issue and they think the only way forward is a beatdown or a killing, they should go to Redwater. And in fact, we could even perhaps use Redwater if we have people coming to us that may need that kind of service. We could be the middlemen and set it up with Redwater to do it. But I would hope that our offering would be more diverse than that. It might be finding items that people have had stolen. It might be gaining information that people need. It might be importing or exporting goods they need for an event or their business. I want people to come to us with their problems and let us help them for a fee.
okay. That is what I wanted to clear out. We're not dealing with people like Redwater. We're dealing with people's problems with certain items, products, such.
Yes, but also it might be that people do come to us when their businesses have been ruined and vandalized, when their shipments have been stolen, when their friend has been beaten up and accused of something that they never did. It's not
Critic,
gonna be
let me
easy
stop you there
work
for a
necessarily.
moment. When we go into the territory of dealing with people in the way that you're thinking, that will make us enemies with certain people. Are you taking into account of that? Let's say the client comes to us, their shop was vandalized, their products were stolen, and the people who did it, very violent, dangerous gang in the West. Would you take that job?
Yes, and this is what I mean about the way that we would be different to Redwater. I use the Edgar and William Hathaway situation as a base. William could have hired Redwater to go and rob Edgar or beat him up. And that would perhaps be a way of solving the issue and getting the gun back. But it just so happened that he reached out to me and we had enough relationship, credibility, and contact with Edgar that we could do it in a very easy way with a discussion, a little bit of money, and an arrangement to meet back up with William. I think our entire game will be building relationships on both sides. The business owners, the common people, and the violent gangs. I want us to be a powerful middleman that can help. It might be, in that scenario you just said, that a business gets vandalized by a dangerous gang. Well, if we already had a decent relationship with that dangerous gang, we could come to them, discuss it with them, let them know that we need to work out a way to repay back that business.
Well, many of these gangs I don't believe will want to pay a dime. So,
No, they would only want something from you. If you want the gun back, if you want the products back for your customer, you're going to have to pay them.
those problems are easy to solve. A problem like destruction to property or harm to another person, we could act as middleman, keep the other person anonymous, hire Redwater to deal with it. Or if the money is good enough, do it the old way, the way that I know how. See, kidnap one of their crew, hold him for ransom. They pay, we give him back unharmed. We give the money to the contract holder.
No,
That's
that comes
another way.
back to my question. If we go that route, are we strong enough for the fight? Because if we go that route, the retaliation would be against us, not our client.
Are we strong enough now? No, we're not. All of this is a dream of a business plan that will take a lot of time to build, to ensure that we're strong enough to handle things like that, and to ensure that other people trust us enough that we can handle things like that. But
Now, I think we start off small. First step, get to know people, get capital under our belt again. No price is too high for. Well, no, I can't say it that way. Maybe do some gem brokering. Maybe do some business here with Guarma. Do import export things. And slowly these other bigger paying jobs, they will probably come our way. I have no illusions that we go back and people be like, okay, here's my problem, fix it for me. No, this will take time.
Okay.
And if we're not strong enough, we don't take the job. We sell it off to anonymous. You know, there are rangers out there who have been hurt repeated, who are too scared to do anything about it themselves. They can't, not scared, they are constricted. But what's to stop them from remaining completely unknown? If they have some money, we arrange it. We don't have to get our hands dirty, but we take a cut off the top. Pay red water, whoever, and the ranger is happy. No, but they do this. I don't know. I've tried before, and it didn't go.
Now. Okay. I like the answers that I'm getting. Now, unlike a Taipan, if we do go into business, I would like us to have a proper accounting. So there are no repeats of, for example, you go fronting all the money and never getting a cent back.
Uri is very good at this. She's already said she would not mind being an accountant.
Well, I also know that Yuri is eager to be more active. She hated being a secretary or a whatever.
you know, Kai, well, maybe you don't. We have had a discussion about what I used to do back in London.
Sold newspapers.
Maybe as a kid, I can't quite remember, but no.
Worked at a canning factory.
That would be a dream, but no.
Shiny shoes on the street corner.
Alright, shut up.
You asked.
I was a bookkeeper and accountant of sorts. Back home in London, I used to work for a lot of, or a few at least.
Well, before you go on, this is a job that I know is very popular in England.
Mm-hmm.
Cleaning the chimney.
No, I've never swept
Is this
a
a
chimney.
metaphor for something?
No, I think he actually means chimney sweeps. We send little boys up chimneys with big brushes to clean out all the soot.
Oh,
Because they're skinny enough to get up there, yeah.
Way to start the kids young
Yep.
in getting lung cancer.
I don't really know what that is, but sure. Anyway, so I am not a foreigner when it comes to numbers, is what I'm trying to say, Kai. And my job back in London was to work for individuals that were a little bit on the, let's say, slightly more illegal side of things. They needed a person like me to help balance the books. I've told stories in the past about how the law in London are very different to the ones in the crossing. You can grease people's palms and pay almost anyone to let them turn a blind eye or even the opposite and arrive at a perfect moment when a competitor is doing an illegal trade. So I'm used to dealing a lot with numbers coming in and out of large organizations. If it's not Yuri, you have my word here around this table that I will assure you that I can be completely transparent. Ensure that I've got figures. What are you laughing at?
No, everything you're saying makes sense. I do trust you. It's just when you said they relied on you to balance things, I just pictured you sitting on one side of a really big scale and they stacked the money on the other scale. All right, put yourself down. Now, I 100% trust both you and Yuri in doing that if you say you can. I'm only saying this so there's no repeat of the Taipan business model.
I'm with you there, believe me. I saw firsthand how destructive that can be. And the problem that they had was no accountability. It was, yeah, I'll pay you back for this, but no, those people don't get paid back for that because they are part of the company. Whatever it is we do, if that kind of thing is a concern to you, I can promise you we can keep track of money going in and out of the business. And whatever we arrange and agree upon when it comes to people's personal funds, money coming back to their hands, we can make sure everyone is happy.
And there we have our need of clean faces. Our banker.
That is an interesting thing you've just brought up.
I'm confused.
Earlier, do you remember they both spoke about the importance of having a clean face?
Oh, yes.
If we are to do what we have been discussing, Co, to perhaps make a large withdrawal out of a bank or two to gain enough money to start this enterprise, we're going to get fined and penalized by the law.
Yep.
And perhaps someone like Kai and Josie would be very great as discreet, private anchors of ours.
An anchor.
Banker.
Oh, banker.
People who hold our money.
I get it now. Yes, okay. Sorry, I was going back between curious and angry and confused for a moment there. I get it, yes. Yeah. Actually, that's very important. That's perfect. Good.
Tell me this, Kai, Josie. Oh, Kai, you